Alright, what is up? It's your boy Foster Samels, Foster Samels, and today we got an Eminem Chika Slim Shady tier list ranking. So, hold up. Let me organize these in the correct order. All right, here we go. Chika Slim Shady album, Eminem album tier list. Let's get into this. I'm really excited because everyone loves Eminem. Everyone knows Eminem. I love Eminem. Hopefully you love Eminem. If you don't love Eminem, you're uncool and I don't like you. Suck my fucking dick. I'm trying to be like Eminem. Nobody can be quite like Eminem. I can walk, talk, and act like Eminem, and I might just be the next best thing, but not quite Eminem. Yeah, see, that would have rhymed if I was Eminem. See, I'm geeking slim. All right, let's get into this. First we got, let's cut the bullshit, get right into this. First we got Eminem Infinite. I think this is one of his most known albums. One of them we look back on. It was before he was famous, but we look back on it. I think everyone and their mom knows songs off this album. 313, title track Infinite. I mean the list goes on. A lot of bangers. I think it's almost an S. It's an S. It's an S for me. It's just like you can't go anywhere without listening to the songs, blasting. I can't listen to it. I get too scared. I'm like, mommy, I want my mommy. It's too scary. But that's just me. It's not really for me, but it's all right. It's a solid album. It's got a lot of club bangers. I think that's an important thing. That's like one of the most important aspects of Eminem. I wish it was less scary though, so I could enjoy it. Slim Shady LP. This is before he was famous. He was basically, we're in the weeds of his discography before he blew up. Just the albums that he had out there that we look back on. We only know about these albums because they're also Eminem. We didn't know him as Eminem before we look back on these. It's in the weeds of just history. I mean, this isn't the same Eminem. He was making music in his parents' garage. He obviously didn't have access to the materials. I think Slim Shady LP is overlooked by many because it's so old and so early. But it's all right. It's not really my thing. It's a little too emotional. It's nothing too crazy. And I like the crazy. I got into Eminem because of Smack That. I was listening to Smack That, all on the floor, Smack That, give me some more. I'm like, oh my God. I love that like side of Eminem. So this isn't really it for me. So I think it's a solid C. We should really hold on. Let me go make an F tier because we're gonna need that in a second. Wish I knew how to use a computer. Wish I knew how to use a fucking computer. Fuck this shit. Alright, hold up. Let me put it the right color. It's important. This is going on YouTube. Alright, so Marshall Mathers LP. Like I said, we are in the weeds. Nobody really knows this album. I had to listen to this album to make the tier list, and I couldn't even get through it. It was too boring. You look at the track list, barely any of the songs you recognize. I've never heard of half of these titles. Durag Ballad, Amityville, I'm Back. Like, what? Remember Me? Stan is boring as shit. It's like a woman singing. I'm like, what? Is Eminem a woman? Like, why is there a woman singing if I'm listening to Eminem? It's so weird. It's obviously before he had access to that good music making materials, and I think barely anybody even heard of this Marshall Mathers LP. Only the hardcore Eminem fans know what you're talking about. Surface level Eminem fans, no idea about this album. I'm gonna put it that's why I made an F tier. Let's be honest. Okay, next we got Encore. Now I have something to say about Encore. First of all, as we know, this is the first studio album where Eminem is officially signed to Interscope with Dr. Dre. I think it was an important part of his career. He had access to a lot of new materials, as I said earlier, but I think he didn't use it to his advantage. He kind of goofed off. He was saying a lot of silly stuff. I don't think there's anything too wrong with like being goofy. And by the way, this might discredit me as an Eminem fan, but I love this album. I loved it more before I realized it was ass. Now I realize there's a reason why all the critics think the album's ass, because it kind of is. I mean, I realized that I was listening to songs on Spotify. I was like, I loved Ass Like That. I loved Just Lose It. I loved, what was it? I don't even know. I loved them all, but I got this is Spotify. I'm not an old head, but I did get the CD for Christmas. I listened to the songs on Spotify. Then I got it CD for Christmas because I asked for it, and then I play them in my car, and I got the thing on the steering wheel. I flipped through all the songs. I used to love this album. I used to listen to it on repeat. But here's the thing. Here's the thing I realized about Encore. You listen to any of the songs besides Like Toy Soldiers, Mockingbird, or Encore Curtains Down. That's a pretty good song. Never Enough is a pretty legitimately good song. Any other song makes you autistic, and I know this from experience. So I'd be like interacting with kids my age like a couple years ago, and they have like all this knowledge acquired from the music they listen to, like of substance, like a substanceful album. And I had, you find me offensive, I find you offensive for finding me offensive. Yeah, it's not good. It's ass. One time I played Just Lose It, the song I used to love. I remember where I was when I first heard Just Lose It. I was in the airport with my mom and dad. And it came out, that made me laugh. I mean, the album is funny as hell. It went, black girls, white girls, skinny girls, fat girls. I laughed so hard. That was funny. I still think it's funny. But, I mean, there's a difference between being funny and making good music. I think it's C. I played Just Lose It for my friend in the car, like, kind of recently. I forgot how ass it was. I just, when there's another person there, then it puts it in perspective. You can reality check yourself, like, this shit's some ass. Because he was like, what the fuck? He was like going, yeah, boy, shake that ass. Whoops, I mean girl. Oh, you know. Oh. Like, he was like, what the fuck? I mean, that shit's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I think, B, because I love it. I love the album. And it's overhated. But D, because it's some fucking ass. Nah. I gotta not be a hater and put it in C. Because I love it. I love this album. Mwah. So hard because I know it's ass, but I love it for no reason. It's so weird. All right, let's get to the next one. I think I skipped one. What the fuck is that? Is the album just called Eminem? Is that a fan art? I should have been checking these lists better. Somebody put an album that's not even an album. Wait, hold on. Make sure there's not some. What the hell? How's there an Eminem album I never heard? It's an actual album. The Eminem Show. So we're just gonna pretend like that's an actual album. I never fucking heard of it. Well, let me see. Somebody pranking me. I know there's not an Eminem album I never heard of. The fuck? Now what? Alright. I'ma just put it on F because I think it's Marshall's fault. It doesn't have the adequate publicity for me to know about it. When it's a... The hell? Oh yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Apparently it's from 2002. It must be pretty good. That's weird. Okay. Next we got Relapse. So obviously this one really boosted his popularity. Then people start to know who Eminem is from this album. It's got a lot of mainstream bangers. Stay Wide Awake, Underground, Beautiful, We Made You, a lot of radio hits, Crack a Bottle. You know, I mean, I think no question it goes in S tier. I mean, where would Eminem be without this album? Would I even be making this tier list if it wasn't for that album, Relapse? I think, obviously, as we know, this did spark the battle, the little beef or whatever with 50 Cent. Dr. Dre was like, who the fuck is this white boy on my label who's getting more attention than me? Rubbed him the wrong way. 50 Cent releases Get Rich or Die Trying. Numerous diss tracks aimed at Eminem. And that brings us to the next album, released a very short time later, Recovery. Eminem responding to the diss tracks of 50 Cent on Get Rich or Die Trying. That's actually who 50 is referencing when he says, he's talking about Eminem when he says, you can find me in the club, you mad, I thought that you'd be happy I made it, and all that. You know, he's directly talking about Eminem, because they're mad, he's getting all the attention. I think this was kind of a frankly kind of pathetic clout chase by Eminem, but then again, he did have to save his image, They were saying some pretty nasty stuff about him. He had Dr. Dre on that album. I think overall, though, I mean, he did win the battle, and 50, 50 pretty much like turned into nothingness from there. So I think I mean, it was solid. It was solid. I don't really go back and listen to that album, but it was a big turning point in Eminem's career. It was make or break. It was like, how do I respond to 50 and all the other haters? Release Recovery. That's why it's called Recovery. He recovered from the haters' attacks. All right, next we got Marshall Mathers LP2. As far as this goes, this is right prime Eminem. But as far as his albums in this era go, I think it's a little mediocre at best. It's like people so confused. They're like, Marshall Mathers LP2, like, what does the 2 stand for? There's a 1. Like, nobody knows about the first one because it's garbage. But I think Marshall Mathers LP2, it's actually solid D. Now that I think of it, it's not anything else but D. I mean, better than Marshall Mathers LP1, but the bar is so low. I can't even. None of the tracks stick in my head, and I'm a hardcore Eminem fan. None of the tracks stick in my head from Marshall Mathers LP2. Next we got Revival, and this one, I mean, it's all right. It's a little overrated, overhyped. You can't go anywhere without seeing somebody with a Revival hoodie or jacket, or like a shirt or a hat or something. A lot of people are wearing that symbol. It's a very iconic symbol. The cover of Revival. They actually made it the national flag of our country. I think Revival, it really boosted his support among African American fans, especially. It gave him not just white fans, but African American fans, and I couldn't be more appreciative. So like, it's like the stuff Eminem was saying about police or whatever, of being in black neighborhoods and all that, it really resonated with the black community, and it got more black people on his side, which was helpful as a rapper. I can't really explain it, So okay, next we got Kamikaze, and this is kind of a one-hit wonder album, but it's still a banger because of that one song, Kamikaze, the title track. Absolute hit. Absolute hit. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song. That smashing and everyone crashing and everything. 2017. Y'all should have let me be. I mean, it came after a long hiatus, much needed comeback, and he just blew it out of the water with that one song. That's pretty much the only song of substance. That is the thing. That's why it's not S. That's the only reason it's not S. But it's so close. I think it's just kind of one where I think Kamikaze. It's almost at the popularity of Lose Yourself from the 8 Mile movie. I think it's close, if not surpassed it on Spotify. It's one of the most iconic Eminem tracks, without question. All right, next we got Music to Be Murdered By. This one was released in the pandemic or something like that. I think it's a calm little album. Nothing too crazy. It's calm and reflective. It's a nice approach. I think it's decent. It's like, D up, whatever, somewhere around there. I think he squashed the beef with Machine Gun Kelly. I gotta go see. Squashed the beef with Machine Gun Kelly. They did a song together. It's pretty tough. I think it's just a calm album, nothing too crazy for what it is. I think it's good. All right, bye. See ya, brr. Foster Samels, I hope you like my ranking. I hope you don't disagree with me, because I will argue with you all day, motherfucker. I will argue with you because mine is perfect. Nobody pays more attention to Eminem than me, Foster Samels. I will see you. Peace.